Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m., sometimes to about 1 a.m. It depends on what's going on. Brad Eubanks works for the Cherokee Nation Career Services Department. You know, he's a father of 2 beautiful girls, single dad, working his tail off to provide for him and his daughters. Brad Eubanks is Clark Kent. The man they call Fuel is the superhero.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
The man they call Fuel. When you think of fuel, you think of fire, right? Fire has energy. Fuel is just one big ball of energy, you know. Fuel is Brad Eubanks turned up 100%, you know, cranked all the way high, you know. Fire can also light you up. The man they call Fuel will light you up. The best way to sum up professional wrestling is the never-ending ongoing battle between good versus evil. The man they call Fuel is a superhero battling evil, trying to save the world. And every demographic can relate to it. From infant all the way to grandma. You come to one of our shows, you actually become a part of the event. So if you yell at one of the bad guys in the ring, guess what? They can hear you and they're gonna yell back. The louder you are, the more energy we receive from you. It's so weird. It's like a superhero getting more of his superpowers. And you're engulfed with so much adrenaline and so much energy, and you feel like you can do anything. If you're coming to a wrestling show, for those 2.5 hours, you don't have bills, you don't have a death in the family, and that's what we're all about, is taking you away from all those everyday troubles and putting you in a world where you can be a part of something. Well, I'll tell you this, the thing about pro wrestling, the emotion is real. The action is real. The strikes are real. And that's one thing that, you know, that's the thing about pro wrestling, that the fake stuff, you know, that nasty F word, the nastiest F word there is out there. When it comes to pro wrestling, yes, this is entertainment, but it's a lot more real than you could ever realize. To be able to do this, be able to be a professional wrestler, I have to be in shape. If I have you above my head, but I'm not strong enough to hold you, I can drop you and get hurt. Number one, most important thing in pro wrestling for a professional wrestler is safety. So we have to work out constantly, train our bodies constantly to be able to be strong enough to be able to absorb the punishment that goes on in the ring to be a professional wrestler. And plus, you want to be in pretty good shape, you know. I want to be able to feel okay enough to be able to go out there without a shirt on. The man they call Fuel wouldn't be alive without my grandma Pat. She was so into wrestling. She was just a fan. She would have me in a little baby seat in front of the TV, watching it, probably holding me, hollering at the referee while she's watching it on TV. She took me to my very first live pro wrestling event. It was in Tahlequah. And I think maybe I was 5, maybe 4 or 5 years old. And what's cool is my hero was in the main event. He was the world heavyweight champion, wrestler Sting, and he wore face paint. Yeah, I'll never forget it. My aunt painted my face up like Sting's. And what's so cool about Fuel now, you know, he's kind of evolved over the years and now he's got face painted. And that just takes me back to being that little kid with his face painted, seeing his hero Sting. And when Fuel first started painting his face, there's little kids out there with their face painted. I'm finally getting to become that hero for other kids. And when you have a parent that comes up to the man they call Fuel and tells them that my kid really looks up to you, oh my gosh, there's no other feeling in the world like that. It was December 2nd, 2001. On that night, she had a heart attack. Her death hit me hard. It's your best friend, your wrestling buddy. At her funeral, I got up and I spoke. And I said, Grandma, I promise you, I'm gonna become a professional wrestler for you. I thought of United Wrestling Entertainment. We're all united together to go out and give the audience a great show. And every show that we do, you know, we do a fundraiser. And as of just a few weeks ago, we are now an official state certified nonprofit organization. and it's us giving back to the community. We just love being able to do that, and that's what we're all about. Me and my brother had a match. We did some double move, and we're both laying down, and I looked up, and right there in the front row, I didn't see anybody else. All I saw was her, and I remember hearing her voice, you know, cheering me on, and I almost started crying in the middle of the match. Every time I lace up a pair of boots and I go out there and perform in front of all those people, I always feel like I have the audience of one, and it's my grandma. Whatever's out there tonight, I don't know if we're gonna have a big crowd, I don't know. I know the floor's looking good. The floor's pretty full. So no matter what's out there, guys, we go out there and we give them the greatest show ever. Let's have fun tonight.
So are you guys ready for your semi-main event?
This is what I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my life, until I can't physically do it anymore. And if you still want to pay money to see the man they call Fuel at 80 years old, the man they call Fuel is going to wheel himself in a wheelchair, somehow get in that ring and give you the performance of a lifetime.